Hello, I'm Anupama Bharadwaj. Today we have filmmaker Tushar Tyagi with us. Tushar has made several movies in India and in USA. It's pleasure to have you here, Tushar.
Pleasure is all mine. Thank you for having me here.
Tushar, tell me what inspired you to be a filmmaker?
I remember my grandmother telling me stories, all the once upon a time kind of stories, and I remember I used to close my eyes and I used to imagine the faces of people and the kingdom and everything. The inspiration came from the stories that I've heard in childhood and the films that I've watched in my childhood. And most of my films, they are real life stories which have come. I mean, I kind of try to incorporate real life stories with drama. My film teacher told me that go sit in the park and just watch human behavior. Just have a look at them, and you'll be way better filmmaker. And I did same thing, and I've been doing same thing. So I'm very inspired by human behavior.
Tushar, I have heard there's a story how you got the concept of your very first movie, Gulabi. So I want to hear it from you.
Yes, it's a bit of a story. Actually, I was in New York Film Academy at the time. It was 2013, and I was working on a script from past 6 months, and it was based in New York. So what happened that there was some kind of family emergency, and I had to come to India. So I took a flight. I was in the flight. I did not have any film, and I was like scared to death that what I'm gonna film in India once I get there. So I heard a conversation. I was not trying to pry or something, but there were two ladies who were sitting next to me, and one of them told the story of like how her maid's daughter servant, she got abducted and she was sold to brothel. I was like, okay, I want to make film on that. So it literally took me to my childhood, and whole flight I was trying to imagine the face of the girl, how when she smiles or when she sleeps. And I wrote the script, initial draft, on 15 hours of journey. And once I got to Mumbai, I went to Kamaripura. It happens to be the biggest red light area in Asia. And I spent some time there, and I got to know so many real stories coming out of there, and I tried to incorporate in the film. So it all happened on the aircraft.
So was it very difficult or shocking for you to stay in that red light area? What kind of experience was there?
Experience was actually, I was very shocked, and I was at the same time I was very amazed, because the girls who are living there, they are living in so harsh conditions, like they cannot go out of their building alone. Somebody has to accompany them, because the brothel owners are scared that they might run away. They do not have basic necessities of life. And when I was talking to them, it was so inspiring that they smile and they tell their stories. And at the same time, I was also amazed that we people take our life for granted. We live in AC, and we drive cars, and there are people who do not have basic necessities of life, and they're telling their horrifying stories with a smile. So that was very inspiring for me.
Gulabi has won many awards. So I just want to know, what was it like when you won your first award for Gulabi in Canada? What was the feeling?
In one word, if I have to say, feeling was phenomenal. Because when you are making films, when you are actually in the production or even post-production, you cannot predict the destiny of a film. And Gulabi was the first film that I made, and I did not think that it would actually go to film festivals. And when I got the email that, okay, it's been selected in film festival and I have to go attend it, and it's in Canada, I was excited, but I did not think it could be overwhelming at the time. So I went to attend the festival, and when they were giving out the awards, and they were calling people on stage, and I hadn't prepared anything. Like
No speech.
Yeah, nothing. It was like,
speech.
yeah, I didn't. I was like,
yeah.
I'll just take the trophy and I'll come back home.
Yes.
So when they called me on this stage, I was very overwhelmed, and I kind of told my heart out loud, and I was thanking everyone, and I was like praising the city. Vancouver is beautiful.
Recently, you had made a movie, Kashi. it deals with social issues. So tell me something about this movie.
I would say it is very close to my heart because I'm second generation out from village. My parents are
Okay.
first generation out, and whenever in summer vacations I used to go to my grandparents' house. I remember that if you drive through the farms and sun has already gone down, like it's kind of dark, when you drive through and you have your headlights on and you see people standing
Yeah,
in the middle of
yeah,
defecating.
it's a very common sight.
Yeah, and
it's a very
I
common
have
sight.
grown up with that feeling, and I wanted to make a film about it always. This film is based in rural India. Actually, I shot it in my grandparents' village, and it is based on a 13-year-old girl who lives in a village with her mother and a young brother. And the thing is that she doesn't have inbuilt toilet in her house, so she has to go out in farms for whenever the nature calls. And every time she feels disgusted and she feels being watched,
Yes.
so she wants to do something about it. So the film deals with the issue that how she gets the money to get a toilet installed in her house for her family, and she's not very happy with the feeling of not having a hygiene while defecating. She takes a part in a race competition in her school, and she wins money, and from that money she gets a toilet installed house.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea.
Yeah,
So very,
it was-
must be very inspiring.
And I'm glad that I was able to make a film on it, and it was executed nicely. My crew was amazing.
You have made films here in India and in America also. So what's the difference you feel while shooting?
So, like, I remember when we were filming Hari, and on the first day of filming Hari, when I got to set, it was 3 a.m. in the morning. It was 2 a.m. in the morning, and we had phenomenal shoot from 2 to 5, and we had a just tea break on like at 5 a.m. And after that, I remember when I went back to set, we had more than 400 people who just
Oh.
came out of village because they wanted to see how films are made.
Made.
And it is so strenuous to control 400 people, and then they grew to 800, and at some point 1,000 people. And back in LA, it's like people don't really care, especially in LA, because on every second avenue they are filming, and it's like here it's an adventure for people to see how films are made, and back in LA it's like a hassle that okay, you're blocking the roads and everything.
Okay.
So, and second, I would say that here in India it's bit of a fun wise that I have my relatives and friends and parents on set. So it's like
Say it's like you are enjoying something here and few qualities which you enjoy there also. in LA.
yeah. I mean, I would like to say it's a bit more professional
Over
there.
there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell me, where do you see yourself in next 5 years?
So I'm working on this sci-fi movie where it's like high-tech movie where people travel from one planet to other planet,
Okay.
like we travel from one world to like one country to another country, and they are having interplanetary matches of their own games and everything. And yeah, I'm working on that sci-fi. I hope I'll get to make it in next 5 years.
This is rapid fire round. Let me grab my mobile for that. I'll shoot a word and you have to tell me first thing which comes to your mind.
Bring it on.
Movies,
Life,
dreams,
Hollywood,
Bollywood,
Bollywood. It's home.
and Hollywood,
I hope to make it a home soon.
smile,
Beautiful.
tears,
Friends.
best movie.
Best movie. I would say I recently watched Dunkirk, and I in love with that. Wherever Christopher Nolan comes, my heart starts pounding. So yeah, all in any movie of Christopher Nolan, I'm just big fan of them.
Best holiday spot.
I would say anywhere in France, either Paris or Cannes, or Bora Bora, French Polynesia. That's a must go on a list. It's just beautiful. It's breathtaking.
So nice having you here, Tushar. Thanks for coming in.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope to see you soon.